Hey everybody, just doing a quick update for the Patreon page, and I'm just filming outdoors today because it's beautiful out. I mean, it's not too hot, and I get tired of sitting in my office all the time. I haven't had a story on the Patreon page for a little while. One of the reasons for that was because I put an extra story on there right before Spicy came out. So I've kind of like skipped a month. And I just did a revised and expanded edition of Night as a Catalyst. Originally it had 19 stories in it. I've got a new introduction. Now it has 23 stories in it, and they're all revised, meaning I was not happy with the writing. And so I went through and I basically made them Lutsky 2.0. So I'm much happier with them now. Rumor has it that there might be a signed limited edition for Night as a Catalyst. I'm not exactly sure yet, but the paperback is available. I think I got it at like $10.99, something like that. If I do the limited signed edition, it will have at least one extra story in it. I'm not sure of all the details yet. Initially, the plan for the Neon Owl was to be July, but I got busy with other things. July is not going to happen. I'm hoping for maybe late August. The book is not done yet. Of course, it'll be up on my Patreon page before then. But like I stated when I initially started it, things will be a little bit different. It's kind of like a good rough draft, the stuff that you're reading on the Patreon page, if you're following along. But like I've said before, I don't like reading online, so I do not blame you at all if you're not reading it as it comes out. I know some people are, and they're enjoying it. It's a little bit different than some of the other stuff that I've written, being crime noir and all that. Trying to throw some humor in there, as well as the grit. I was just in a Crystal Lake Publishing anthology called Shallow Waters Volume 1. My story in there is called Closure on a Bed of Nails. John Bowden is also in there, Mercedes Yardley. I can't remember all the people that are in there. A couple of weeks ago, I recorded an episode of This Is Horror. It was about a 3-hour conversation. I'm guessing it's going to be split up into 2 different parts, which is how they usually do it. A great podcast. If you haven't checked them out before, I would highly encourage you to. They do some of the best interviews. It was great having a conversation with those guys. Also, Poltergeist Press is going to release a hardcover version of Foster Homes and Flies. Pre-orders go up, I think, next month, September, and then I think it's going to be released in August. And if you go into Scares That Care, there's a possibility that it might be there. I won't be there, but the publisher will be there, and I believe that they're going to have copies of it. Also, I've got a book coming out late summer, possibly September, called The Pale White. It's being released by Crystal Lake Publishing, and it is an all-female coming-of-age story that has sadness and mayhem in it. So I hope you'll check that out. I'm super proud of it, super excited. And ironically, I've been seeing a lot of demand for female coming of age, and as I was writing it, I realized that there wasn't a lot out there. So that's not why I wrote it, but it was just kind of ironic. And the ladies do need some of that coming of age action, man, because there really isn't anything out there. So I was going to do a reading from Night as a Catalyst. I was going to read the story Collecting Cats, but I don't know that I'm going to have time to do that before my wife gets home and things get busy around here. So instead, you'll just have to look at my cat, I guess. Kitty, kitty. Hey, Trace. Hey, baby. Come here. Hi. You pretty girl. Pretty girl. Oh, don't fall. Say goodbye. Thanks again for your patronage, for all your support. It's very encouraging, and it means a lot to me. So, thanks. Happy reading.